current day. Tracks and points, but the cars are not. They're from 1998, when the racing was heavy and hard. It was one had tobacco sponsors, and no one drove high to ride the rail. Back when it was all about raising hell, turning left and praising Dale. Giant and ready to the classic racing style brought to you good as new. You'll see drivers you remember that you love, and some that you love to hate. See, I was found gaming racing series NASCAR Heat 5 in 1998.
All right, back here with the NASCAR Heat 5 1997 mod. And we are at Kansas, my home track this week. As didn't really have it in practice, but as you can see, I wish I would have ran a 31.7 in practice. Instead, put in a 32.2. We hit the wall coming off 4, and we're going to start 22nd. Kansas, pretty wide. We're going to let off the gas in the corners, but we're not really going to hit the brake ever at this track. So, should be interesting. I don't know. I have a feeling that might be a little similar to last week where we just kind of run around in this area. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get it started then, right? Under the lights here at Kansas Motor Speedway. Ward Burton has been struggling all weekend. Dale Jarrett on the pole. And Dick Trickle crashed during qualifying. He's in a backup car. We're going to start 22nd on the inside of, or outside of row number 12, next to Rusty Wallace and behind Ernie Irvin. There is nothing better than seeing these cars in the game underneath the lights. Just makes them look good, man. 19 laps here at Kansas Motor Speedway. Kind of feathering the throttle through 3 and 4 there. We're a little bit faster than these guys. Jeff Gordon out front. Rusty Wallace just gets a little bit of a tap going into the corner. We did not hit him hard at all. And he puts it full on sideways. Ken Schrader coming off a second place last week. And we've had our issues with Ernie Irvin this season, but now he's working with us on the backstretch here and through the corners. Look at Ernie. Ernie believes in us. We'd like to have a good run this week to kind of get back where we were after last week. Rough finish for us last week. Pitted late at that caution. Had only 2 laps to make up ground and just did not make up any ground. Our tires were absolutely awful in that race too. Look at Kenny Wallace. He's going forward. 3 wide up in front of us for 10th. Well, I guess for 8th. Really not that fast. We ran faster in practice. Check out tire wear coming to the checker here. Nothing too bad yet. I wouldn't say they're taking my line away from me. I really don't want to run up that high. We might try it out here for a few laps though. This low line's been doing a lot of work for us though. John Andretti putting it in behind us. The Labonte brothers running the high line up there together. Now that right front's starting to chatter just a little bit. Might be able to hear it on the microphone. That's a good corner. Alright, I don't think we pit here. I mean, we're losing the right front a little bit, but there's just not really the ability to pass here. So yeah, I think we would get up to a certain point and then stop. So we're gonna keep it out here for now. looks like it's going to be Terry Labonte maybe at the start-finish line. It's going to be a photo finish between those two. I don't know who got it between those two. Holy crap. Terry Labonte and Jeff Gordon side by side at the finish line. Not quite sure who got it. Earnhardt, if he had maybe one more lap, might have had a real shot at it. Dale Earnhardt had the fastest lap. He'll take home a point for that. And Jeff Gordon led the most laps, so he'll get a point for that as well. On the move, we gained the most spots. And who lost the most spots this week? Will be John Andretti. He started 10th, finished 4th. He must have been the reason for that caution. So, we'll take a break. Come back with the standings, or excuse me, the results here from Kansas and the standings, the expanded stats as well. Stick around for that. All right, let's take a look at the results from Kansas here, and I actually put the times of the finish here so you can see that it was 3/100ths of a second that Jeff Gordon won this race by over Terry Labonte, and it looked like if you go back and look in the race, like it definitely looks like Terry Labonte has the advantage, but Gordon got it on the high side and finishes just in front of Terry Labonte. Definitely our closest finish of the year so far, just 3/100ths of a second. Terry Labonte, as we said, looking for his first win of the year. Doesn't get it here. Dale Earnhardt, third. We're fourth. Dale Jarrett, Bill Elliott. Chad Little, a good finish for him, 7th. You have to think if Chad Little would just have qualified for every race this year, and we'll see that in the expanded stats, that he missed some races this year. He might probably be in the chase if not for that. Mark Martin, Kenny Wallace, Bobby Labonte, our point leader, finishes out in 10th. 11th, Mike Skinner. You can see a Ken Schrader. Had a good finish last week in 2nd. Got 16th here. Ricky Rudd, Rusty Wallace. 21st through 30th. A couple guys down there in Ward Burton and Rick Mass. Rick Mass has been really hot as of late, and he takes a hit here. And then over here, just above us, John Andretti he caused that caution, but really a lot of the usual suspects in a lot of the regular places. So Kansas not really a change up to too much. Let's take a look at the expanded point standings now, and you'll see that when we sort it by points, Bobby Labonte still out in front. Jeff Gordon, back-to-back wins now, Texas and Kansas for him. Puts him 2nd in points, 1 point ahead of Terry Labonte, 390 to 389. Mark Martin, Sterling Marlin, 4th and 5th. So we're right there. We're 5th in the points right now, and after last week, I'll take that. We're comfortably in the chase. We're just kind of cruising along until the chase starts, and I got to figure all that out. I do believe that Ricky Craven had his worst finish of the season by far, and he is out of the chase, and now these back-to-back decent finishes for Ken Schrader have put him in the chase, and this is where a lot of the action is right now. Ward Burton got in with his win. He's likely in, so he's at 248. Right here, 14th in points, 247, 243, 242, 239, 39, 30, 30, 29. So kind of right there's the cutoff point. All the way down to 21st in points. 16th through 21st, or whatever this is pretty tight right now, and any of these guys could be in or out depending on the week. And just think, like if we go somewhere and one of these guys down here, like Chad Little or Kenny Wallace, or I wouldn't put it past them to put someone like John Andretti or Joe Nemechek in the winner's lane, in one of these races. So certainly a lot of stuff can happen here, but no real big changes. We see some maneuvering around. Rusty took a bit of a fall there with his finish. He put it in 19th today, so kind of hurt him. Let's take a look at the expanded stats. You'll see Gordon with his back-to-back wins ties Labonte now with 4 wins on the season. He also leads in top 5s with 9 of them this year, so that's pretty crazy that he has 9 top 5 finishes, and Bobby Labonte only has 6. Make sure that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he only has 6, but Labonte has been so much more consistent than Jeff Gordon just to kind of expand that lead out. And Gordon's had a couple bad finishes. So Terry Labonte still looking for that win. 7 top 5s for him. Mark Martin and Sterling Marlin pretty well entrenched in that in the chase right there. So that's kind of how it's looking right now. fastest lap in the race. We actually lead the series with 4 of them this season. Most laps led goes to Bobby Labonte so far this year. But yeah, not too shabby. As we looked pretty good. I was pretty impressed with how we ran there and how we fought our way back and wound up with a top 5 there at Kansas. I was pretty apprehensive at the start. I didn't think that we'd be that fast, but I was pretty happy with the speed we wound up with. Next Wednesday, we'll have the longest race of the year as we'll head down to Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coca-Cola 600. A little bit of a more narrow track, so we'll see how that plays out, but I'm excited to continue on with these mid-range tracks that are not super speedways, but kind of in that middle area. I would assume that we'll probably use a bit of break next week at Charlotte, just because it's a bit more narrow through the corners. But yeah, I'm excited to get there. I'm excited to check it out, and yeah, it should be a good time. But for this week, remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, do anything you want. Just make sure you enjoy your YouTube experience. And we'll be back next Wednesday for the NASCAR Heat 98 modded series here on Allen Farm Gaming. Thanks for watching.